Hello, YouTubers. I'm here in my backyard. Just thought I'd give a update on the growth of our backyard food forest. So you can't see it because we've let the clover start really piling up back here. But inside of all this are wild strawberries. People don't like it when you move the camera too much. So I'm going to do my best. Here we go. They're getting a little done. But we got wild strawberries going all through that. And you can see we've got all these tree sprouts as well. And then those guys love the clover. And this time of year, it's really about all they've got to feed on. Now back here, and again I'm going to try to not walk so much, but back here is wild blackberries. We've got more strawberry obviously growing all through this, and I found what appears to be a pawpaw sprout, but the birds that sit in this tree, you know, they crap all over, so if you let it go, be amazed at what you got. I planted a pea tree there. I'm not exactly sure what that is. All that's raspberries or blackberries and the strawberry. Mulberry. My peaches over here aren't doing so good. They got frosted pretty early. This is a new pecan we've put in. And that's the swale that I dug, if you saw my shaky earlier videos. And then I have corn. This is all corn growing along there, and then that's also some cat grass, just because grass is going to grow. I want it to be something useful, and then squash is in there. I planted a lot of other stuff in there, but it hasn't really done very good. The corn seems to be doing good, and I also have a pea tree there that's doing good. And I put in some acorns because the squirrels have been so kind as to plant acorns everywhere. So right here where you can see this plastic jug, next to that is my cotton plants. So I got a couple little cotton plants going. I'm going to go zoom back to the corn here. Pea tree and corn. And I have some more corn growing. Not my little loggy cabiny thing I got. Right there, that plastic and that wood there, there's corn growing there. And then my raspberries all over the yard. Raspberries and the apple. And then I just planted another okra patch. You can see I'm letting all this grass grow up. This does make me a little nervous just because of chiggers, but we're trying to let nature do its thing, because when we do, oh my gosh, look at the size of that carrot. This is the box that I just let go because it had some things living in it, including clover, and I let the clover go along with it, and so it's full of peas and clover. It's got some wild lettuces, there's some tomatoes in there. The rain really beat it down, so you can kind of tell its size still from this angle. Got cabbage growing in there, but it's nice and big and looking good. And then I've got my tomato box there. Had a little loss of potatoes due to blight. My grapevine's starting to take to the trellis I built for it, as is the watermelon on the other side. And then we got corn and beans growing, as well as carrots. And these great big tall plants like that one right there, this guy is a radish. These guys are, and the leaves and the stems on him are delicious. I've been gnawing on him like a rabbit. This is my tree box where I'm starting to dig up the trees that I want out of the yard. I have a lot of this going on. These are trees that are coming up from roots, so they're just sucker trees and they're all over the yard. So I can't pull them necessarily and save them. And then the maples are just insane this year. But that's what nature does when you let it go. And again, I have just oodles and oodles of stuff that's wild edible and natural that I didn't even have to plant. I just had to not get so crazy about mowing. The part that I really like is this big, beautiful area of strawberries and clover. Besides the fact that it's attracting the pollinators, is that it's soft, and I can walk barefoot back here and not get into any thorns or stickers or anything that hurts my feet. But when I go to the area that I mow and is close to the house, I'm just constantly stepping on burrs. Even the dog can hardly walk. Our little pond back here still got water in it, but we're not getting a whole lot of growth going on back there from what we've planted. Got some good asparagus going. I've got some ginormous poke salad going too. So anyway, just wanted to give an update. The front yard, I'd like to take you out there, but I know okay, we can pause. Let's pause. So again, if you've watched my previous video, this whole front area was just a nightmare of water running. And so we had so much water, we had to start moving water off the property some until we can figure out a appropriate and healthy catchment system. But this has really started to go nice. I had some seeds for waterways, and so now I have wild chives and some really pretty flowers and things growing there, but it's not near as muddy. There's not near as much water standing. We just had a huge rain a couple days ago, so you can still see we're holding water in the whatever pit that's going to be. Again, we had water that would run all the way from the back fence, and it runs all the way, catches here, overflows, goes out, runs off the house. Obviously got a little swale there. My fig tree's doing good, and oh, my favorite plant, hang on. I just love this guy because he's growing in just a little bit of sawdust in the side. I got some lemon thyme and started making these burned wood labels so that they didn't wear out quickly and I could still see what's going on even after rain and everything else. Again, you can see all the maples galore. And these are some of the little, what I call permy boxes, just little boxes of things I dug up that are trees that we want, but I don't necessarily know where I want them yet. It's mostly acorns and then moss, and so we're considering selling permaculture based items at our local farmers market. These were blooming this morning when I woke up. Pretty. And as usual, ants. Everywhere there's ants. Strawberries. Strawberries everywhere. I mean, like, everywhere. There's my corn patch, and then more raspberries, compost area, peach trees, poison ivy. No, that's not all poison ivy, partially poison ivy. Ginormous poke salad. Our little hugelkultur type planting box worked good. We had a lot of holes and depressions from the previous owner. So this has been, again, just letting nature do its thing and not fighting it. But with nature comes critters. So don't forget that when you let your grass grow, you're going to invite vermin and things. So again, I've been making paths in my mowing, so I at least got mowed paths. But eventually this will all be just a enclosed food forest, trees and vines. Ordered some kiwi and more fruit tree seeds, including 1,000 apple seeds. So transforming your backyard isn't as hard as you think. It is. The hard part is not doing anything and just letting nature do its thing and then figuring out what you have and working from there.